found yourself in a situation whereby your car is leaking fuel and consuming a lot? Seriously speaking, I had lots of problems with this vehicle, from not turning on to other points whereby it would just spend too much fuel over a very short distance. I was fed up. It was taking too much from my pocket. I wouldn't tolerate. I know there are so many people who got a similar problem, but having a couple of vehicles, this one I did it to show people how, especially those people that I've trained, of how to work on the swapping of things from this unit to this other units, and to make sure that everything works. I'll be converting a 4.6 Pujo to run using different nozzles. I don't know which make the nozzles came from, but all what I was concerned to know is whether it's a high impedance or a low impedance nozzles. Definitely there are two types of nozzles in the market. Probably the others, the ones that I know is two: the high impedance and low impedance. Impedance relates to electrical energy resistance in an inductor. So what we know is that whenever we want a nozzle to fire, it has to create some electromagnetism. Electromagnetism, of course, will come from an inductor, and then it will pull something metallic, create some pathway of the fuel, and so once the electrical energy comes off, there's a spring which takes it back and closes the pathway. So that's all what a nozzle does. And so knowing all this, then we can tell that nozzles don't have to be so much specific that this one's coming from this vehicle or this other vehicle. So you can swap them either way and they keep working. And so that's what I did. The unit whereby saw the whole intake, and this is where the nozzles are usually located. But I've removed these two from the previous ones. This is how they look, this one and this one from the inside. Once you use this as an approach, you find that my nozzle will be rotatory. My setup is not as direct as I thought. I found that after connecting the nozzles, I don't have enough power to drive switch them, so I have to get some modification. It's driving well with this set of modules. I have so far changed the nozzles. I will ensure that the nozzles are almost the same type, and the only problem that I've got is the connection problems. Those are the things I'm working to fit them, so at least the fitting looks perfect and the vehicle is driving as it should, and as you can see, it just goes well, and without any hiccup, and I'm at gear number 3. Of course, there is some bumps here and there. It's so good that I'm able to make the vehicle run properly with nozzles that are collected from the broken down vehicles. One of the same kind of this as this, and the vehicle runs very well. I'm happy with it. It has been great since it's working very perfectly. And as I can see, the power, the response is good. And the only little thing that I was working on as far as this vehicle was concerned was to ensure that it doesn't have low RPM during idling. Actually, the good thing about this approach is that the vehicle can go at very little speed, can move with little speed as little as 50 kilometers per hour on a hilly region at gear number 5. That's good. So you're able to shift the gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then after that you're now left to concentrate with the driving. Probably I believe it has gotten more power and consumption has been good, very good. So I can't regret changing the nozzles to the way I did, and I would recommend that this is the best way to do it. And I'm recommending only to my students, because again, this is something that is technical. Unless you've got the knowledge on how to do it, don't do it. If you're qualified personnel like myself, then truly you can do it. The other thing that I noticed is that the vehicle doesn't heat up. So as you can see, we are around 80, 90 or somewhere thereabout, and that tells you that it's running clean. And now put together the hydrogen module that the car used to have, even with much upgrades of its functionality, because I wanted to be supplementing fuel at some point. And the vehicle, being a service vehicle, should be having better returns on what I do in each and every day. Normally, running around the whole day, it will take about 2,000 shillings, 3,000 shillings. But once we start supplementing this, I think if it takes the high hydrogen enhancement solution, it takes around 3 liters, and that's 300 shillings in a day, compared to spending about 3,000 shillings. Then I think that's a great savings, and that one can equate to something better economically for a person.